Good afternoon, friends, followers, channel members. Hope you're all doing well. Oh, it looks like a beautiful day here in Glasgow. It is rather windy, though. I don't know if you can hear that. If I just shut up for a minute and turn the sound up, just listen to the wind. Just stop the music as well. Can you guys hear that? Apparently, it's the remnants of a hurricane that was in the USA. I don't know how long ago. Is it Ernesto or something like that? And yeah, a bit of a battering the top of the country, and there's also some strong winds down on the south coast, which is where we're headed to today. We're heading down to Southampton. A319, of course, the new Fenix, and it is also a real world route. Easyjet do indeed fly the A319 from Glasgow down to Southampton, so that is exactly what we're doing today. But other than the wind, it actually looks like quite a nice day up in Scotland. Not often they get to see blue skies, so hopefully they're enjoying this. Oh, Patrick, mate, thank you for subscribing. Boxhead says flew out of Heathrow. It was very windy, but yeah, welcome guys. Thank you for joining us. Quick shout out to everyone getting their seats early on. So oh, Barry's here as well. Excellent. Hi Barry. David, Joseph, Organ. No return flight today again. I rarely get the time to do that, I'm afraid. I've got kids swimming lessons at 4 o'clock, so we need to be we need to be in and on by then. Hey Jayhawk, TC, Will, Kevin, Paul. Good evening to you. Flight Designs. Good morning. What time did you wake up? Afternoon, good sir. Tim Aviate's also in the chat. M&M Aviation, good to see you. Hey Aviate, boarding time. Baptiste, good afternoon. Hope you're doing well. And to those of you as well also watching on Twitch this afternoon, hope you're well. Thank you for joining us. Yes, and a big welcome to everyone. Apologies if you've not all had a shout out as we go. Patrick, we're on the VATSIM network, so if you want to fly along, you just need to come and join us on the ramp here at Glasgow. And yeah, we're as I say on VATSIM. No air traffic control around at the moment. Can you hear that wind? I can hear that wind. It sounds very loud. So let's go through our operational flight plan. Once again, I don't know why Streammaster suddenly stopped capturing my iPad, which is really annoying, because it shouldn't. Oh, just got some static there. Hang on, let me just change the comm frequency, and then we shouldn't get that. There we are. Right, so I have to do it the old manual way. So here we are. That's the current METAR where we are. We've got winds 250-16, which isn't that bad actually, is it? 16 knots. Few clouds scattered, 9.906 hectopascals. So I'll make a quick note of that. So yeah, that's what we've got. What have we got where we're going? We've currently got 210 17 knots, planning to land runway 20. So most of that is a headwind. There's a bit of light drizzle, and the forecast is for it to become maybe a little bit gustier, gusting up to 26 knots. Now this is where the A319 is a little bit special. So if we just bring up the operational flight plan, there you can see that the maximum structural landing weight of our A319 is 62.5 tons. Yeah, 62.5 tons, which is fine. That doesn't though mean to say that we can actually land at that weight and be sure that we're going to be absolutely fine, and you know we'll get in, etc. Because Southampton is a short runway, so you have to do a dispatch landing calculation, particularly on a short runway, and it also said there's the potential of drizzle. So I've already gone and done this using the proper software. The maximum landing weight for our aircraft today under the current conditions down at Southampton with wet runway and those winds is 61.5 tons. So it's a ton less. We've got a regulated landing weight today of 61.5 tons. So forget this. This doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the aircraft can do. That's what the aircraft can do, but the aircraft doesn't know what runway it's going to be landing on, what the conditions of the runway are going to be, and how short it is. So that's why you have to do a dispatch landing calculation to make sure that all is well before you before you even depart, and that's a legal requirement as well. So we've done that, and as long as I don't throw more fuel on than I need, that's going to take us above 61.5 tons when we get to Southampton, then we are then we're all good. Okay, so let's go through the rest of our oh, where have you gone? Come back. Right. Let's go through the rest of this then. So we're looking at about just over 11.5 tons payload. Takeoff weight is going to be well below our max landing weight. We're underloaded by about 5 tons. We've got Bristol as the alternate, costing us 4, cruising at 37,000. A little bit of a tailwind today. Departing off 23 Noble 1 Hotel, arriving via the Bagwan Sierra, and it's going to be runway 204, it's 335 miles. Look at the shear rate actually at the top there. It's quite low, so we're not expecting any sort of, even though it's windy, we shouldn't get any sort of turbulence or anything like that. It's not high enough for that. Plug fuel is just over 4.5 tons, about 4 3/4. CNR is 2.1. And we know the route that we're flying, there's no terrain or anything like that. Worst case scenario for the weather then down here, so a ceiling of 400 feet, that's not happened. The crosswind component for departure, that's not very strong, so that's fine. The crosswind component down at Southampton isn't very strong either. That headwind is actually really going to help us. So remember I spoke about the regulated landing weight, we've got 61.5 tons. Well, if the headwind actually state wasn't that strong, our regulated landing weight would be even less. The wind is actually working in our favour today to stop this aircraft as it rolls down a short runway. So the wind factors into those stopping distance calculations. So yeah, it is actually doing us a favour today. It's almost straight down the runway, and it's not too much of a crosswind either. So that's good. We've got a ceiling of 600 feet. I'm not actually sure what the minimums are for Southampton's runway. I'll have to have a look at that in a bit. I mean, that's legally that is still Cat 1, so that's fine. And it is ILS, isn't it? Yes, it is. There you go, ILS. So that's all fine. The forecast there, destination Southampton. Yeah, that's just basically confirm what we've already seen. So that's fine. Bristol. Oh my God! Look at Bristol's METAR. That's ridiculous. Oh, I don't know if that's a go-around. Was that a go-around or was that a landing? I think we may have just witnessed a go-around there. I wasn't watching. I was looking at my iPad. I just heard it over the top and thought, I mean, that's quite cool. That's quite cool. I really like seeing people go around, particularly on VATSIM, rather than just slamming it in any old way. Yeah. Shout out to the pilot that's just got around. Although it is loud, so I'm going to go inside my flight deck now. Yeah, so Bristol's looking a bit blustery. Gatwick's not bad, although that does also look a bit blustery, costing 29. Stansted's the same. Luton, and in fact, nowhere's really escaping, are they? So, whatever happens. Thing is, if you've got really bad weather and something goes wrong with our aircraft, then you probably want a nice long runway. Gatwick is a good choice. Stansted is a good choice. Luton's not bad, and Bristol, well, I'd probably avoid that at all costs if my aircraft was broken and I was just struggling to stop. Built on top of a hill, windy, and not the longest runway in the world. So as we fly out, we've got potential icing up to 20,000 feet. There's the jet stream. And yeah, water above 20,000 feet, weather should be fine. So that's yeah, no, that's all looking okay. Once we're airborne, all the flags pointing the same direction as well. So that's why the shear rate's low. NOTAMs for Glasgow. Surface movement radar unserviceable. That's not my problem. That's theirs. VOR. Yeah, we're not going to actually use the VOR. Edge lighting. Some lights may appear dim as old edge light fittings are being renewed. Fair enough. Southampton has got a crane. That's it. So that's all we need to worry about in Southampton. Apparently there's a crane. Cool. Right, what fuel we're going to take? Hey, Captain Norbert. So we've got 4.7. We've got a little bit of leeway. I'm just going to round that up to a nice Nice ride number. We're going to take 5 tons. That's not going to put us over our regulated landing weight, and it also just gives us a little buffer in case, you know, the winds get up, we can't get in for whatever reason, the pilot's rubbish and he needs to divert to somewhere else, and they also have to go around there because the winds are a bit blustery all around. So yeah, we'll just take a little bit more. So 5 ton should suffice. I'll tell the ground crew that that is what we want, and then they can crack on, and we'll start setting our aeroplane up. And GSX hopefully sort that out. Right, there we go. So let's see how we're doing. We've got the pumps off, we're on external power packs are off, lights are off, apart from nav logo lights, of course, that's fine. And we've got the usual spoilers, flaps, parking brake is set. Lovely, squawking 2000, and acupressure not in the green. QNH, what was it? 996 hectopascals. So set that. Set it here as well. There we are. So 996 hectopascals. We will monitor our guard frequency. We'll also turn up the cabin PAs, just have a listen what's going off in the back. Switching panels fine. Thrust levers, engine mode mass selection, they're all fine as well. 996, pop constraints on. Oh, flipping heck! I've just nearly knocked my T over. Let's move that out of the way. Liami, is it going to be a Unicom departure? Yes, it is. Yes. No ATC at the moment. That might change, but not at the moment. Right, so start setting our box up then. So ATSU, AOC. Oh, I don't want to receive messages. No, I want to initiate the flight. How's everybody been getting on with the new Fenix aircraft? Hopefully, if you've got them, you are enjoying them. 50 minutes flight time, that's perfect. Oh, 3 nav greens. Aircraft status, yeah. Air cycle is valid, good. Okay, init request. Alright, so our flight number today is Easy 415. Cost index 4. Temperatures 15. Tropos 3435. Grab the winds. But then, so why don't we depart from Edinburgh? I'm not sure Edinburgh Tower was online when I was even doing the flight plan, but I don't know. We do Edinburgh a lot. Let's give Glasgow some love. 5551 north, yeah, and 425 at west at 5. Okay, and we are at stand 5, so they match. Cruise flight level today is 37, and temperature is 44. So we're going to be departing off to 3 off that Noble One Hotel, and then in Southampton we're arriving on the ILS 20 Bug Up 1 Sierra and Novia. Novia basically means we're going to vector ourselves in for the arrival rather than flying a full published approach, because well, you never really do those. Not in the UK anyway. Simpilot, how do you get the telex company messages saying pre-assigned gates? If you're flying anywhere into the UK on VATSIM, you will get that. It is a UK VATSIM only thing that they have initiated. So if you like that, yeah, you have to be flying into the UK to get those. So yeah, that's how basically. Hey David, good to see you. Right, that is 350 miles. My flight plan has got 335. So slight difference there, but we will double check it, make sure it all looks correct. So our flight plan, scroll through just to see. Yeah, that's fine. just a bit of a discontinuity there going to Southampton VO. Well, we're not going to do that, basically. We'll zoom in. My plan will, once we're sort of at Pepys, we're going to just pick up the ILS straight away. So we're not going to be flying to Pepys, Southampton, then back around. No point doing that. Unless we've lost radio communications, in which case you would do it, because then everyone knows exactly what you're doing. Okay, that's fine, that's all set. A RadNav page then for departure here. We can set the Glasgow VOR and also the Tango Romeo November. Alright, onto our init B. Right, our zero fuel weight is 53.6 and our CFG is 30.2. Fuel for our alternate is, let's call it 1.1 tonne. That's to go to Bristol. And our block fuel is, what did we ask for? We asked for 5 tonnes, didn't we? So our takeoff weight is going to be 58.4. And our takeoff CFG is 28.9. Right, let's do our departure calculations based on that. A310 Captain, good afternoon to you. It's dry here, good. Flaps 1. No need to force target, anti-ice off, packs off, takeoff weight 58.4. CFG is 28.9. Pop in the live weather. If we can take Bravo here, that's good. This is one thing I do like about the LiDAR charts for those of you who may have used them. So there you've got, obviously, you've got full length, you've got Alpha, you've got Bravo, takeoff runway available. If you have a look at the LiDAR charts here, look, whereas in the Jefferson charts you have to go find this information, if you look at the normal ground chart, yeah, there it is, look, you can see 2303, that's the takeoff run available from Bravo. It's listed right there on screen. So yeah, you can see that. We can just cross-check that 2303, make sure it's not got duff information. 2303, perfect. So I'll go by Bravo. 132, 132, 136. And that's flaps 1 and a flex of 68. So a high flex, decent V-speeds, so quite a longish sort of takeoff roll, which is fine.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board our Easyjet service. Please place your large bags into the overhead locker, wheels first, to keep your small
Captain Q, good afternoon to you.
These include laptops, duty-free.
Right, Elliot Vodka, Navigraph does have that, you just have to search for them on the minimums chart, and you will find them there. Right, so we're departing off runway 23 at Glasgow, thrust reduction acceleration, they're all the same, so it's a noise abatement to departure, and knock 800 feet off this, so it's going to be 818. There we go. And the engine out procedure for this runway, I think it's straightforward actually. It's, we're not flying towards terrain, are we, this way? So it's going to be, where are you? Yeah, so it's standard 1600 feet. We then need to force a left turn to the Glasgow VOR. We'll enter the hold 229 and the hold is right turns. So I'll just pop in Glasgow. Confirm it's the right one, 1 mile away and not 8,800 miles away. inbound course to, did I say 229? Yes, 229. Left turns, and then obviously set up the approach back to Glasgow in case something's gone wrong. We need to make a quick return, so we're not faffing around setting up the box. That's basically all we're doing in the secondary flight plan. Putting in the worst case scenario. No start, and via the Glasgow VOR. So that now should look correct on here. Yeah, there we go, straight out, left turn, enter the hold, and then there's the racetrack to return. Beautiful. Okay, no ATC online still, so with that I think we're all ready for the brief. Looks like refuel is completed as well. We've got 5 tons on board, that's excellent. Passengers are coming on board as well, I think, are they? Knocking about somewhere. So, as refuel is completed, let's get the fuel pumps on. Let's see seatbelt signs on as well, so passengers will get sat down straight away, hopefully. I'll start the APU in a moment, but let's have a look at briefing the departure. Hey Mona, good to see you. Captain Q, no, a lot of airlines do fill that in. So let's just show. So Captain Q is asking about this, the trimmable horizontal stabilizer, the THS value, which you do get from the tablet. I've just lost it. 1 minute. But the danger with this is that a lot of, as I say a lot, that's unfair, but there has been mistakes made. Instead of trimming what is suggested here up 0.4, what has happened in the past, Wizz Air, is instead of trimming up 0.4, by mistake they've trimmed down 0.4, which then the takeoff roll doesn't go as expected. So instead of using that, a lot of airlines now just don't bother putting this in, and they set the trim to the takeoff weight CFG, give it on your load sheet, which is what we do. So we use these values here because there's no up or down, there's no ambiguity, you've just got a set percent value which you can't get wrong. So that's why you don't fill this in. Same as you don't fill the takeoff shift in, because we've now got GPS. If your GPS isn't working and you were doing an in-section departure, then you would need to fill this in. But how's this working? Thank the Lord. Okay, let's have a look at our departure then. So, we've got nothing wrong with the aircraft, nothing in the tech log, apart from the weather radar, but we're familiar with that. We've got icing on the departure out, that's the only weather we need to worry about here, and some gusts down in Southampton, but most of that is on the nose, so that's fine as well. No NOTAMs that we need to worry about. Let's have a look at what we're doing and where we're going. So we're stand 5, so we're going to push back facing north then on Kilo, all down taxi to Alpha, and then holding point Bravo 1. Worth noting then, little threat there, you can see that Bravo 1 is to the right, so when the taxiways diverge, stick to the right, and then we hold at Bravo 1. Okay. So then we are straight out on the departure. Let's just check for any restrictions. So we've got no speed restrictions. It's straight out, and Noble 1 Hotel, which is the jet departure. Initial climb is 6,000 feet, so I've just set that in the FCU. No speed restrictions, so yeah, we can just clean up as we go. Threats to be aware of then, we've got a little bit of terrain there just to the west. You can see at about 1,700 feet, 1692. In fact, I'm showing you this, just realised you can't actually see it. There we go, sorry. Yeah, so a little bit of terrain there as we depart out. Which is why the engine out procedure is standard, so we just need to fly straight out. Pull the heading, we'll just fly straight out, and then we'll miss all that terrain around there, so that's That's fine. We've also got the city of Glasgow behind us and a little bit of terrain just up to the north, but other than that it's all very straightforward, this departure, so that's fine. Engine out procedure, just again a little reminder, it is we'll pull the heading bug, fly straight out once everything's secured and we're above 1600 feet. It's a left turn to the Glasgow VOR, where we would hold 3,000, we'll hold at 3,000 feet. So that's done. Briefs completed. I think I've just heard them say all the passengers are on board as well. So let's get that APU fired up. 1, 2, 3. Jordan, you're attempting to fly alongside, but Microsoft Flight Simulator is telling you otherwise. Oh no. In what sense? There's not anything wrong with the servers, is there? I hope not. Right, APU started. Final load she's come through. Just check that that's going to agree with all the information we've popped in. So takeoff weight of 58.4, spot on, and we've got 30.2 as 0 fuel weight CFG, and we've got a final takeoff weight CFG of 28.9. Excellent, no LMCs. Everyone is present and accounted for with the right baggage weight as well. Nothing extra. Perfect. Alright, I'm just waiting for the wait for the APU to sort itself out now. Elliot Vodka, are the parking signs part of GSX? Do you mean these? Yes, the visual docking guidance systems. Yes, that's GSX that's giving you that. Also gives you some other neat information as well, like the SID you're on. We should be leaving in 8 minutes. There's our departure. That's our takeoff runway. Off, out. Oh, it gives you all sorts of information, that, doesn't it? 123 passengers. And what fuel, etc. we need. Right, APU is up and running. Let's get APU bleed on. External power. Come off. Right, cockpit prep checklist. Aircraft acceptance has been completed. Fuel quality. Quality? I don't know about the quality. Fuel quantity is 5 tons. Yeah, that's all balanced. Seatbelt signs are on. Ideas well, 3 nav greens and QNH. 996 hectopascals and 40 feet. Elliot Vodka, you can add those on every airport as well if you wish. Right, let's flick it onto Unicom. Oh, it's VHF 2, that's why.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Sorry, my V-pilot's not recognising that I'm switching frequencies. There we go. Glasgow traffic easy 415 stand 5, pushing back facing north on Kilo. UK Sim Pilot, do I have any checklists for the Airbus that I recommend? Absolutely. If you're on our Discord server, in the pilot's briefing room, there is a whole host of documentation, checklists, etc. All which are 95% real world stuff, so probably can't get much closer. Dan Deedon, if you check out a lot of the tutorials on the channel, they literally cover all things like that, engine out procedures and small things, let's just say like the secondary flight plan, noise abatement procedures as well, that kind of stuff. Which is the kind of thing that, if you do want to go into that much detail as per real life, then you know it's quite cool to do. I'm a geek, though, I would say that. Daniel, do you think I'd ever build my own cockpit? That's one of my dreams. I keep getting hardware for it. It's just finding space and time to put it all together.
Release parking brakes, please.
Okay, so we've got the beacon on.
Release parking brakes, please.
Transponders on. Occupation in the green. Before start checklist. So parking brake is on. Takeoff data is confirmed. Windows are closed. EFB is on flight mode. Doors are closed, not armed, and the beacon light is on. Okay, parking brake released.
Release parking brakes, push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Patrick, I don't use the Wing FCU. I use the Wingflex FCU combo. So we've also got an EFIS panel as well.
Cabin crew, arm doors and cross-check.
Right, I'm just going to confirm these doors get armed. But engine mode selector to ignition. And starting engine 1. You can pop the ground radar on now. Because of the way this works, it's not frying the ground crew.
Ladies and gentlemen, please observe the cabin crew member closest to you as we are about to demonstrate the safety features of our Airbus A320 aircraft. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now ask through the safety procedures on this aircraft. A safety card is in your seat pocket, showing the exit routes, oxygen masks, life jackets, and brace position that you must adopt if you hear
Please set parking
brace,
brakes.
brace. There are 2 emergency exits at the rear, 4 in the middle, and 2
Engine 1's
at the
available.
front of the cabin.
Starting engine 2.
Floor lighting will guide you to an exit. Please be aware that your nearest exit may be behind you. In an emergency, leave all cabin baggage on board. Your seatbelt is fastened, adjusted, and released as shown. It must be fastened when the seatbelt signs are on.
Captain Norbert says he thought in real life you always started engine number 2 first. Right. I'll not give you the long-winded explanation, but the quick explanation, Captain Norbert, is that if you're starting both engines on pushback, which we are today, there's nothing in front of us and it's not a long taxi, then it doesn't matter which one you start first. 1 or 2 makes no difference. If, however, you were doing a single engine taxi, you do a single engine taxi on engine number 1 only. Now, to make sure that you are consistent with your flows, low-cost carriers that will do single engine taxis all of the time and therefore need engine number 1 will always start engine number 1 first, just because then you're not doing, do we start 1 first or do we start 2 first? It's always number 1 first.
Into the tube. There is a light and whistle for attracting attention. We also carry flotation aids for children. Your tray table must now be stowed, armrest down, windows lighted
Engine number
open,
2's
and seatbelt fastened.
stabilised,
We
so
wish you a pleasant
engine
flight
mode selector
into
2.
the jet.
Normal, APU off. Anti-ice is obviously not required. Spoilers, rudder, flaps 1. And the trim. And the after start checklist. So anti-ice is off, ECOM status checked. Pitch trim is 28.9 and rudder is neutral. Okay, so we don't have a long way to go. A little flight control check then whilst we are whilst we're sat here. I want to check those doors actually. Make sure they are now armed. Yes, they are. So go full left, full right, and neutral. Full up, full down, neutral, and the rudder, full right, full left, and neutral. Lovely. Right, let's taxi out. Glasgow traffic easy 415, taxiing via Kilo Alpha, holding Bravo 1 for runway 23. So we get the taxi lights on, auto brake max, ding from my ECAL. Flight control stick error, yeah. Ooh.
Unlocking gear.
And TO config. Cancel master caution. So we know what that system error is now. It's just the side stick error, which we get so many times. Still waiting for the cabin.
Cabin crew seats for takeoff.
Hello.
Hi Gavin, all the passengers are on board and we're ready to go. I'll bring you a cup of tea after we've taken off.
Lovely, thank you.
Tow truck disconnected.
Glasgow traffic for flight 455, Fenix A2, touching and send.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
No, is there a particular reason for engine number 1 start is to do with hydraulics? Yeah, basically, if you're taxiing on engine number 1, you've got all your brakes working. If you're taxiing with engine number 2, you've got your steering working but no brakes. Which would you rather have, steering or brakes? Right, so tug's gone. She's showing me the pins. Yes, okay, okay. Michael, you still keep the APU running to start engine number 2? Yes, you do. Yes, no, you keep the APU running. Turn APU bleed off. Turn APU bleed off. Turn the yellow pump on, and then just put the bleed back on when you're ready to start that second engine. Right, let's go. Henrik, what did you have? You had a IDG overheat. Oh yeah, that'll knacker up one of your generators. It's fine. Start the APU so you've got a second generator running, and if you're flying somewhere where they know we can fix it, wonderful. If not, divert to somewhere bigger where there's a mechanic around. Okay, so no LMCs, engine out procedure is standard, pull heading and straight out runway track. Then once above 1600 feet, force a left turn to the Glasgow VOR, hold 3000 feet. Departure is straight out, first turn to the left, noise abatement 2, and our initial climb is 6000. So we've done the taxi checklist now, flight controls have been checked, flap setting is config 1, FMAs we've got climb nav blue, 1FD2, 6000 blue, radar and predictive wind shear are on, ECAM memo we have takeoff no blue, and our EFB is stowed. Callum will be, I'd be tempted by the Mozza side stick. I'm alright with the Thrustmaster, to be honest. I quite like it. If you're building a full, proper home cockpit, then you're probably going to go for a bit more in terms of realism. But Thrustmaster does a good job. Skating all over the place.
Easy919 Quebec, pitching back from standard 4 on taxiway Kilo, Glasgow traffic.
Hello, Benjamin. No show out. What is this flight? This is a flight from Glasgow down to Southampton. Here's Bravo 1. Oh, that side stick fault. I really need to get that sorted. Every time I hear that bing now, I'm becoming a bit blasé to it, when realistically you should be thinking, oh, what's that? Okay, so our approach path looks clear. Can't see anything anywhere. Glasgow traffic easy 415, lining up via Bravo 1 runway 23, Noble 1 hotel departure. Right, let's get all the lights on. TCAS. Packs off. Cancel that master caution.
Traffic, Bravo 455, stand 82, pushing to face out.
Sonny, I've just turned the volume up a little bit. Hopefully that's a bit better for you. So the lineup checklist. Cabin is secured. Takeoff runway is 23 confirmed for you. Bravo. TCAS T8RA packs 1 and 2 off. Final check. There's no Cavalier pilot just coming in without any VATSIM comms. It's good. Glasgow traffic easy 415 departing runway 23 Noble 1 Hotel. Okay, take off. M1 set, that's stable. And flex SRS runway. Auto thrust blue. Keep forgetting that call. Old SOPs didn't used to have to call it. 100 knots past. V1. Rotate.
Glasgow traffic, Bravo 455, taxi to hold wind Alpha 1, runway 23, taxi via Quebec Alpha.
Thrust climb. Autopilot 1's engaged. What a glorious view. So pass airspeed. Flap 0. Spoilers disarmed. Packs 1 and 2 should be back on now. Yeah. And no air traffic control around, so we'll just set the climb ourselves now. Open climb, standard pressure, 200 blue, and a little cheeky shortcut, and direct Nobo.
Glasgow traffic, easy 911 Quebec, taxiing to Alpha 1 via Quebec Alpha traffic.
Michael, when taking off with packs, which pack do you put on first and why? I don't think it really matters which one you put on first, but try and leave 10 seconds between the two, and that's just for passenger comfort. Oh, strobe light's not on. What's that not on?
Ladies and gentlemen, please keep your seatbelt fastened while the seatbelt sign.
Spoilers, flaps,
We recommend
gear.
you keep your seatbelt fastened whenever you are seated.
All the lights can come off.
Remember that smoking is not permitted at any
Ah, HD's in. Now he's going to explain why pack 1 and not pack 2 first. I didn't actually know it mattered, but HD will give you some insight. How you doing, mate? Hope you're well.
All details can be found in your in-flight book.
He's still alive, everybody.
Purchase a selection of hot beverages together with drinks accept payments in pounds, euros, most major currencies, and debit or credit cards. The correct change would be greatly appreciated. And if we can be of any further assistance, then just ask us as we
Right, 10,000 feet. I better fly properly now, hadn't I? What's the next? 0. 37, that's fine. Uh, 370 blue. I think we get seatbelt signs off as well. It's all looking relatively nice out there, isn't it?
Traffic, Bravo 455, taking from 23 Alpha 1, pressing on the Norborough 1 hotel branch.
Both Dan and Richard saying the weather's grim. Oh, sorry, not Dan. Callum was saying the weather's grim, as is Richard. Got a big sink in the final phase, Richard. That is probably because you've got... That's a little bit of a danger then when you've got such a strong wind that I think we're going to have coming into Southampton. If you've got really strong wind blowing you on, you know, right on the nose as you're coming in, that's great. That's going to slow you down wonderful. However, if that wind suddenly drops, suddenly you've just lost that lift, that extra bit of lift that you had. So there is that potential for a small drop, which when you're sort of 100 feet from touching down, it's not ideal. Miavate. Right, so you're asking me about DX12, DX11. Honestly, mate, I am not the person to speak to about technical stuff like that. There are loads of people on our Discord server that would happily advise you and know a lot more than me. I just fly planes. I have no idea when it comes to the tech stuff. HC landing winds gusting at 40 knots is always fun. It is, but you always grease them. You probably land better in bad weather than you do in good weather. Maybe a bit more concentration involved. Plus, which in bad weather, if it goes wrong, everybody's going to know about it. Flight designs, I don't break planes. Well, unless they're Canadian. Alan, why change cost index to 0 during the climb out? That's just a standard operating procedure. Not all airlines will do that. HD, that's true. They're not always good though, but at least they're safe. That's all that matters. Any landing you can walk away from, etc. Any landing where you can use the plane again. Benjamin says, I've got a friend in Southampton who says the weather is rough right now, he's getting battered. Wonderful. Andrew, when do you start physically changing the flaps or speed brakes? On departure or climb out? On departure, it's as you're past the characteristic speed. So if you're doing flaps 3 departure, once you are past the thrust reduction altitude, then you can go flaps 1, as long as you're above S speed, which you should be. And then once you're above S speed, it's flaps 0. Oh, Morgan, were you born in Southampton? Excellent. It'll be like home from home for you then. Old man says, I'm sure we had to divert to Manchester on one stream because you broke the plane. I bet I didn't break the plane. I bet somebody else did.
Good traffic, Broadroad 455, 4,200 on the Norborough 1 hotel.
MM Aviation, it could be a whole host of things. Not necessarily Phoenix, but you know, the fantastic scenery that we've got from Edinburgh. Assuming you were using scenery. Yeah, apart from the winds, it looks like a really nice day, doesn't it? But windy. The approach should be straightforward anyway, getting in, as long as we plan it right. So the flight time's only 50 minutes, so we're not going to be hanging about. Once we're at cruise, we'll brief, set up, we'll be on our way back down. Oh man, which mod is getting the blame this time then? It could have been Dan, it could have been Flight Designs. Any of them, they all like to try and break my planes. Could have been HD. Some wispy clouds coming up. We'll have a look to see if we need any anti-ice. Too steep path ahead. I think we can disregard that for the time being. Is the top banner broken again? Altitude 32 feet. Okay. Let me give it a kick, see what I can do. Hopefully that should look a little bit better. J-Hog, I don't want a failure. I don't have time for that today. I want everything to be boring and go to plan. Hey, DC good. How you doing, DC? Barry, you thought this was the 321? No. It's the 319. What we're now affectionately calling the crisp packet. No, I don't want a green hydraulic fail. Not going into Southampton. Can I have a nice long runway, please? Gatwick or Stansted. That'd be nice. Or Doncaster. I'll go back to Doncaster. A green and yellow failure. Oh, just leaving me with the blue. We might have to do that one day. We might just have to go through the motions. It'd be good practice. Yeah, HD, you have to message me those. See how we get on. I was flying over Doncaster yesterday, and it's such a shame to see that airport sat there with the big X's all along the runway. Thinking, come on, really hope that place reopens. The TUI want to fly from it, don't they? So it'd be nice if they can. Right, and a little cheeky direct, I think. Sorry, Dean Cross, you've been bypassed. J-Hog, I don't pack. Don't be crazy. J-Hog, you could take over the streams for me, and then when I get back I'll have 45,000 grass cutters. Daniel Lord says, be right back, got to attend a meeting. Attend it at 32,000 feet, Daniel. That's the way to do it. Blue Rat says, following along on the route, not going to ruin the realism though. If you're on VATSIM, it's fair game. Anyone can join me on VATSIM. Benjamin, are there any plans to reopen Doncaster? Apparently. Yeah, apparently. Richard, what systems would be affected if only blue was available? Most of them. The problem with something like that is you really need someone sat next to you. If you get a green yellow hydraulic failure, then you know you're down to the fact that you can't really rely on the autopilot anymore. I don't think. I think you lose auto flight. So then I'm no longer able to just pop the aircraft in autopilot in a hold whilst I shoot the problem. Do we still have autoflight HD? Do we? Well, maybe we can do it then. We did get one failure. I forgot what it was, and I lost autoflight. And I basically said on stream, I cannot do this. That's what I've got to fly the aeroplane. Somebody else has got to troubleshoot the problem, or vice versa. Oh, yeah, it is lost. Sorry, HD. Yeah, I thought it was. This is just another real good shout out for keeping two guys in the flight deck up front. Because who would want that kind of pressure? I wouldn't want to fly on my own. Kevin, pitch and power chart, stick it on a heading. Yeah, obviously you've got to sort of manually trim as well, but if it drifts and things, because you'll have your head in a manual. And you look at all the big disasters might be a bit of an extreme word, but you look at all the aviation accidents, incidents, that kind of stuff that have happened, those that always have good outcomes, or the best possible outcomes, are those where you've got a flight crew that work perfectly together as a team, with delegated jobs given to each member of the crew. One of them just concentrates on making sure the plane flies and does the communications, whilst whoever else, the next person, is running checklists and reading the QRH or whatever, going through the ECAMs. And that's like one of the first things you do when, you know, if you get the master caution, you see a load of messages come up here on the ECAM. You know, it's the captain's role is normally, right, my airplane, my comms, which means I'm going to fly this jet, you read, and let's see what we've got. Right, Alt Star. HD, the auto trim's still there till the gears goes down, then it's direct lower and manual trim. Macon Cruise. Right, cost index is back up to 4, and let's check out the SD pages. So, what have we got? Oh! Don't do that. Right. Engine's fine. That's fine. Fine. Good. Nothing in amber. See, we've been doing it before. We've been doing this before. We've done the SE checks. We've found a problem on it before. Not something that the ECAM's told us about, but halfway through the flight, we've realised that the GPU has decided, the APU has decided not to work anymore. which obviously just changes the way you shut down things when you get there. Let the ground crew know. Yes, that's all good. And on the overhead, all is good. Right, so look, we've already, our top of descent is about 80 miles away, which isn't that long, is it? So let's just have a look at the flight plan, start setting the box for the arrival. Had a little bit of a look at it on the ground. So plan will be to almost making a straight-in approach, because we're coming from the north. We're literally going to be able to do this, I think. So where is what's the arrival? Yeah, Booker 1 Sierra. Airbase 96, I am doing very well, thank you. Hope you are as well. Yeah, so we come in via Newbury, Pepys, and then we're pretty much at Pepys. We'll be on the ILS after that. So that is my plan. I'm not going to bother flying Southampton and then doing a racetrack. So yeah, once we're at top of descent, we'll get down. Flight level 110 at Reason, that's fine. And after that, probably go up and descend. Maybe let's get down underneath that profile. In fact, what we will do is we'll probably tidy up the... Now I know that's the plan, we'll tidy up the box so it does what I'm expecting to do. So yeah, that's straightforward. I've got a max speed there at Pepys, but that's fine, because probably by Pepys we're looking to be probably config 1 out, flaps 1 out. Let's have a look then at the actual approach. So we've got a platform altitude 1800 feet, that's low, isn't it? We're not actually doing this procedure, full procedure, because we'll just vector ourselves in. So it's the ILS India Sierra November, check that's identified when we get down there. So yeah, it's pretty much a nice straight in approach. Cat 1 conditions, minimum is 250. Displaced threshold 3.1 degrees, so slightly steeper, not much, but slightly. And then once we are on the ground, vacate Alpha.
Fenix speed is 1440, as well as break Alpha 4. Line up to 7 right and 6.
So let me just do a landing calculation. Get the latest METAR. Bit of drizzle. Visibility is down to 4 kilometers. Winds 21015. That's okay. What are we going to be landing at? HD normally guys do 360 at Pepys due to the airspace constraints. Oh, because you can't get down quick enough because of the constraints going down there. Oh, that makes sense. Can we pretend there's nothing in our airspace today? I've got to take the kids swimming. need to get straight in. Right, so flight plan. I am going to just tidy this up. So we will clear Sam out. Clear that discontinuity and insert. There we go. Yeah, now we've got that flight plan tidied up, straight in.
Easyjet traffic speed is 1440, is going to take off to 7 right, Umlaut 1 Foxtrot departure.
Southampton in there. Just to help me with my profile. Echo Golf, Hotel India, 20, 9 miles. Blue Rat says silent approaches online. Oh, well. Doesn't matter what I do then, is it? I'm going to have to follow ATC. So that's done. Radnav's done. Echo. Golf. Hotel India. 20. Yeah, stop shouting at me. I'm getting to you. QNH is 1007. That mode change is just me changing the altimeter on the EFIS. 1007. Oops, tap that in twice now. Temperature there is 17 degrees. Wind's currently 210 at 15. And we're probably doing a flaps full landing. Let me just check. What's our landing weight going to be? 53, 54, 55. Let's round it up then to we'll go 56.5 tons, and that's plenty.
Manchester traffic, shuttle 2 X-ray, go around runway 22 right.
Yeah, auto brake medium, that'll get us in. Flaps full. Technically flap 3 would work as well. I don't think I've done a flaps full landing in this before. Should we try it? So yeah, we'll stick with flaps full, and then our minimums are what did I say they were? 240, 250. Lovely. And that company message that's come through is probably telling us where we can expect to park.
Manchester
oh no,
traffic, shuttle 2 X-ray, following published missed approach.
Shuttle going around at Manchester. That's 2 go-rounds we've seen and heard today, isn't it? So we've got we have got Southampton 80s actually.
Advise aircraft type on first contact. Southampton information Yankee, time 1250 Zulu, runway in use 20, runway condition report, runway 20555, transition level flight level 75, surface, wind 21,015 knots variable between 180 and 250, visibility 4,000 meters, light drizzle and mist, broken at 500 feet, temperature +17, dew point +16, QNH 1007, Solent radar is open. Departing aircraft make initial contact on frequency 120.230. Acknowledge receipt of information Yankee and advise aircraft type on first.
Okay, that's actually really good. The 8s there giving us runway condition codes. So as you just saw, I just revised the landing calculations. Yeah, medium auto brake, flap full, flap 3 wouldn't have worked. HD, what is landing time? Landing time is 13:48, and yes, as per usual SOPs, do we need max reverse? Yes. Yeah, we can use reverse max. Not had to do that for a while. Aviation guy, where is the hurricane? So it's the remnants of a hurricane that was in America.
London Control, good afternoon, speed at 1440.
So Solon's approach is 12023. We'll get that ready. Oh, actually, London Control's online, so let's contact them. London Control, good afternoon, Easy 415, flight level 370, and inbound keypad request descent.
Easy 415, London Squawk 4774, bug up 1 Sierra arrival.
Squawk 4774, bug up 1 Sierra arrival for Easy 415.
London Control, good afternoon, speed at
415, descent flight level 290.
I just confirmed flight level 290 was for Easy 415.
AFA.
Descent flight level 290, Easy 415.
London Control, good afternoon, speed at 1440.
Thrust level over descent.
Yep. Speed at 1440, London.
Yeah, good day, sorry, the wrong frequency, 1440 with you.
Speed 1440, London Control, thank you, Squawk 5257.
5257, 1440.
One thing we didn't brief was the go around, did we? So that is straight out climb 3000.
Speed at 1440, thank you. Fly heading of 330 degrees, climb flight level 300.
And transition altitude
300 and
6,000.
heading 330, 1440.
Speed at 6566, turn left heading 330 degrees.
Turn left heading 330 degrees, speed by 6566.
So we'll wind that speed up a little bit, see if we can catch up to that profile. Because of the ATC coming online, I was a bit late
Easy
in
415,
descending.
route direct to bug up, descend flight level 200.
Direct bug up and descend flight level 200, Easy 415. So we've got 2,000, correction, 200 blue. So just dropping below that profile now, which is okay. So we've gone for selected speed 270. We're only just below it. Flying timers, what's the minimum for the ILS? Minimums are 250.
Speed at 65660, navigation to Valag again, descend flight level 100.
Resume navigation to Valag, turn flight level 100.
Speed at 1440, resume navigation direct to Trent.
Regoon home navigation to Trent, 1440.
Do like it when ATC is online.
London Center, Saturday 201, flying 738, good day.
Station calling you outside my sector, please monitor Unicom.
Okay.
Where's 201 Echo London, are you on frequency?
Yeah, this is an echo back on the frequency.
Where's 201 Echo, roger, climb flight level 310.
Outside of 210,
So Solon radar, which is going to be next, is... Oh, Solon, are they still online? Well, they might have gone offline now. Oh, that's a shame. Blue Rat says Gatwick has got 80 pending departures right now.
London Control, hello.
Wow.
Easy 430 there, passing 250, climbing to 340.
Easy 430, Juliet, London Control, good afternoon, climb flight level
Speed
340.
285. Just keep on with that descent.
Flying 340, 440 Juliet.
And we're going to expect stand 3 then at Southampton.
London Control, okay, confirm it's Tango November Tango for speed at 1440.
AFAN, sir.
Direct Tango November Tango, thank you, speed at 1440.
Get the anti-ice on then as we're going down.
Is there 201 Echo, stop climb at flight level 290, that's to cruise.
Stop climb
290 back to Florida.
Speedbird 6566, leave Velag on a heading of 345 degrees, vectors for an ILS runway 27.
Leave Valag heading 345 degrees, expect vectors for 27. Speedbird 6566.
A glorious crosswind at the minute, 74 knots from the west.
Easy 415, descend flight level 110.
Descent flight level 110, easy 415. 110 blue.
Speedbird 6566, descend flight level 80.
Sending flight level 80, Speedbird 6566.
So profile is just spot on at the minute, isn't it?
Speedbird 1440, climb flight level 380.
380, 1440.
He's told us to get down flight level 110. That'll probably be by Risen, as you can see here. Well, actually, no. We need to be. Oh, we do need to be 110 at Risen. I'll tell you what. Then. Let's pop that into a managed descent. I'll just angle us down a little bit more. Afternoon, Roy. You join us just as we're on the descent into Southampton. Yeah, Southampton ATC, sadly that has gone offline, so... Right, so we're now nicely on that profile again. I'm going to let the aircraft fly it. That profile's just starting to slip away from us. I've just popped it back into managed speed and it's slowing down.
So easy 430 Juliet, coming climb to 360.
Give it a bit of a helping hand.
Easy 430 Juliet, A-firm, climb flight level 360.
360, easy 430 Juliet.
Interesting that you get full spoiler deflection on the 319 and 21, but not the 320.
Station calling, you won't enter my sector today. Please monitor Unicom.
Yeah,
Easy 415, next sector's offline, monitor Unicom, goodbye.
Over to Unicom, easy 415, bye bye.
Wiz 201 Echo, speed 250 knots or less, descend flight level 110.
Descend flight level 110, speed 250 or less, descend to the line.
Well, I'll do it myself. Speed 290.
London, good afternoon to you.
And we're backing up in descent.
300.
Delta 455, London, Roger, standby. Speed of 6566, descend to altitude 6,000 feet, QNH 100.
On to Unicom. Mads Jensen, good afternoon. So the plan will be 3,000 feet as we get to this ring, which seems doable. Are we about 60 miles away? Yeah. Track mileage, 67. So yeah, we're under the profile in there, aren't we? It's quite neat. So I reckon now, given our ground speed for that plan, if we descend about 2,000 feet per minute, that is going to work all the way down. So go flight level 70 VS 2000. Speed brake can come away. Side stick. Okay, seatbelt signs on. We're going to wind it down to 3,000 and we'll set local QNH. 1007. Start slowing down as well. Just pop her into open descent while we slow down. So thrust idle open descent, we're at 3,000 blue. Let's now run the approach checklist. So the bar FQNH is 1007, seatbelt signs there on, minimum's 250, auto brake medium, and our EFB is stowed.
Ladies and gentlemen, you will shortly be landing. Please ensure your cabin bag is safely stowed with your laptop inside. Your tray table must be stowed, armrests down, and window blinds open. You now need to be seated with your seatbelt fastened, ready for landing. Please help us by handing in any rubbish, newspapers, or magazines which you do not want to take with you. The toilets are no longer in service.
Looks like quite a lot of thick cloud down there, doesn't there? It's going to get dark in a minute. Oh, look at that. I do love the SimFX contrails. I think they look superb. Jabba transition altitude is 6,000 feet. But yeah, doesn't that sky look good? Mads, can you look around when you're in the cabin view with my... Yes, you can, look. There you go. Have a look at that beautiful sky and blind yourself by looking at the sun. $10,000 feet. Lights on. Activate the approach phase, LS systems on as well. So yeah, we want 3,000 feet as we're getting here. It's a bit ahead of us at the minute. So we can probably just look to reduce that a little bit. Not too much, because we still need to slow down. Ah yes, HD, but can you do all that maths now? Without the calculator? That's the real question. Oh, we've not got local QNH on standby. Thank you. No, you can't do it now. The thing is, you don't need to do it now. Computers sort it for you. Lewis says watching this before he goes to school. Of course, if you're in the US, schools are back now, aren't they? Southampton traffic, Easy 415, currently inbound 50 miles north of Newbury on the Bag Up 1 Sierra. Arrival fully eyeless, runway 20, Southampton traffic. HD, you swore at yourself yesterday doing the fuel in the tail log, loaded 6,200 kilograms, landed with 3,100. Needless to know there's the difference for the uplift, use a calculator. I'm going to guess you were doing a late flight, so I'm sure you were tired. Andy's watching before he goes to sleep. Hope you're not in the US. Craig, am I doing Madrid Heathrow shuttle later? No, Craig. No, I'll be busy with the little ones. I think the way things are working out from sort of my personal circumstances at the moment, we're probably going to be getting more daytime streams than evening streams, which I know most people are generally watching in an evening, so it's not great timing for many of you. But it's just the way things are, I'm afraid. And hello from Spain, Craig. Oh, Andy, you're in Tasmania. I did wonder if you were in Oz when you said you were watching this before going to sleep. Baptiste says it's cool to see outside. That's true. With daytime streams, you do get to see outside. MW, what is my current schedule? I don't know. Nobody knows, not even me. That's why I don't publish a streaming schedule. It's literally a quick, ooh, turns out I've got 2 or 3 hours free. Bam, let's stream. And that's pretty much how it works. So I try and announce them as far in advance as I can on our Discord server, but that sometimes literally is half an hour before we start. Right, I won't need ice, will I? No. Right, start slowing down. How far away are we? 25 mile an hour. First saddle open descent. Cloud surfing. Indie Builds have got some great offers on at the moment as well, so check out that link in the video description and in the chat. Using those links obviously supports the channel as well, so huge thank you to those of you that do that. And of course, if you want to grab anything from the Contrail store, save yourself 10% on your entire cart contents with that code on screen, so maybe scribble that down somewhere for your future use. India Sierra November, that's identified. Yeah, this is looking like it's going to work out nicely for us as planned. Do love a nicely managed descent, and by managed I mean managed by me. Nick, you haven't had time to get your hands on the expansion pack yet, but excited to try it. You fly the 320, 321 in real life, so looking forward to seeing it. Nice.
For flight 521, 4 miles our north of Southampton, your remaining on Southampton 1 Sierra. Our intentions are to overfly the field, turn in and proceed on the procedure turn inbound for the ILS from 20.
Southampton traffic Easy 415, currently 20 miles to the north of Southampton VOR and airfield, and we'll be on the ILS approach runway 20. Elliot, hi mate, how you doing? So we've got traffic, I think it said it was coming from the south, then it's going to fly sort of the procedure into Southampton. Keep an eye on TCAS. We did set that to be low, didn't we? Yep.
Southampton traffic with 20 Echo, 30 miles inbound,
Oh, that guy sounds like he's flying his bathtub. Flight design, should you come on ground? Only if you give me the shortest taxi possible. I don't have time to go around the houses. And Daniel's back just in time. Excellent. Patrick, is it 0 visibility? I hope not. Not auto landing here. Should have about 4 kilometers visibility. And it's broken 500, so we should break out the clouds just in time. Flaps 1, speed's checked. Flaps 1. Karim, that is Parallel 42's A320 expansion pack for SimFX. They look great, don't they? It looks like you're actually flying through the clouds properly now. Southampton traffic, Easy 415, establishing ILS, 12 mile final, reducing speed 180. Told you it'd get dark very quickly. Just a reminder, the go-around is straight out runway track 3000.
Southampton traffic, Bravo 455, current overhead the Compton. You are establishing on the outbound radial, inbound on the Compton 1 Sierra, inbound for the ILS runway 20, overhead turn.
Just going to continue that descent to capture localizer before glide slope, which we can do. Platform altitude was 1.8. Here comes the localizer. 9 miles then. Flaps 2, speed's checked. Flaps 2. Slippery little aircraft, so let's start reducing speed now, 160. Glide slope lock blue, Cat 3 dual, autopilot 1 and 2. There we go, that's lock start. Glide slope's captured, misapproach altitude now, wind that up 3,000 feet. And we can see the ground. Right, manage speed, gear down, spoilers armed, flaps 3, speed's checked, flaps 3. And flaps full. Landing checklist. Cabin secured, go around altitude is 3,000 feet. You can memo, landing no blue. Christian, go around. Haven't got time. Bit of get there-itis today, I'm afraid. Although that rain cloud needs to do one, it's right in the way. So remember the threats with this: short runway, slightly steeper approach, Tony says no go around, he's got a cruise to catch in Southampton. Don't know, could do with seeing the runway soon. Santa Barbara, thoughts on the Innobuild Neo? Not flown it that much, but I do like a lot of it. 1,000 feet. Southampton traffic, easy 415, short final, runway 20. Come on. Come on, runway. Couple hundred feet to go. I mean, this is just a rain cloud in the wrong place, isn't it? There we go. 500 feet, stable. Wind's just shifting as well. What about R5 control?
Above.
3 whites, just compensate for that.
Minimum.
Continue.
Light slope. Light slope. Light slope.
40, 30, 20, retard. 10, 5.
Oh, not quite on that centre line.
Southampton traffic, process 455, currently 15 miles to the north of the field. We are
reverses off. Manual brakes.
We're inbound. Overhead the field, inbound for the ILS from a 20 procedure turn.
Southampton traffic, with service on FYLS 204 miles to go.
Oh, that's no landing to be proud of, but we're down. Yeah, I think I was a bit heavy-footed with the rudder. We have to do a bad landing when HD is watching. Southampton traffic, runway 20 vacated.
Southampton traffic, 201 Echo, landing 20.
Ladies and gentlemen, the cabin crew will shortly be leaving their seats to perform safety-related duties. However, we ask that you remain seated until the fasten seatbelt sign has been switched off. Portable electronic devices for messaging, calls or internet access may now be used. Please make sure to
Stand
keep all
3.
your personal belongings with you, checking in the seat pocket, underneath the seat and in the overhead lockers. Do take care when opening the lockers.
Somebody else coming in now. Hopefully it'll do better than I did.
News, promotions, flight and destination information, check out our official Facebook page, Twitter or Easyjet app.
I kind of want to watch the landing. Oh, that looked fine. That was better than mine. Oh, this isn't light rain, is it? Far from it. Andy says he's going to have to buy the expansion pack because he's wrote off his 320 today. Love it. Right, where are we going? Standard 3, isn't it? That's over here. Seem to be having to need a lot of power to get shifted. Sometimes, I know we found this in the sim when the weather's wet. Wet weather can sometimes make steering on the ground an absolute pain. Right, we will check out the replay. See what the passengers thought. Oh, horrible weather. If anyone's going on a cruise, I hope the winds are calm. Right, parking brake on. Oh, lovely. Shall we check out a replay then of the rather dubious landing? I think that's a fair way to put it. Let me just come off VATSIM then before we do that. So, thanks to those of you who flew alongside us off of VATSIM. And yeah, let me just hit the replay button and see what happens. I started the replay quite a long way out, so bear with me a minute.
Too low.
Oh.
Terrain.
5.
Scenery should load back in a second. I did wonder if we weren't going to get eyes on the runway. I knew we should have done according to Metar, but... Yes, Christian, we're not on VATSIM. I learnt my lesson. Actually, the touchdown rate didn't look too bad, but... As for centerline, that was garbage. Does that debrief come with or without biscuits? I'll bring my own biscuits. Always a pleasure to have HD on stream. And I hope you've got a brolly in your flight bag. Have you noticed well on 319, and you only get it with the 319, that I don't know if you could just hear then in the background. You could hear the altitude radalt call-outs from the flight deck. You only get that in 319, presumably because the cabin's much shorter, so there's a bit of sound bleed through. HD, the first officer, about to be walked. He's going to get quite moist. Poor dog. Right, guys, well, I'm going to have to shoot, but thank you so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed our windy, wet flight into Southampton. It was that was interesting. Shut up, stupid alarms. What are we? Overspeed? No, we're not. Go away. Yeah, so I'm away from Saturday. I don't actually know when our next live stream will be. I don't know if we're going to get one in tomorrow or not. But if not, then this is my opportunity to say thank you so much for your support in the last month of August. We've not had too much on what with the school holidays and things like that, but hopefully we should maybe start to get back to a little bit more normality in September when the kids are at school and things. So a huge thanks as always to our Easyjet Sim Pilot channel members. Thanks so much, guys, for all the support that you guys consistently give. It's amazing. Don't forget as well, everyone that's watching, make sure you jot down the discount code down at the bottom there. Links in the video descriptions below as well, in case you missed them. If you're buying some stuff for the sim, then obviously anything we can do to save you money is always a bonus. The link for Innobuilds as well, they've got a great sale on at the moment as well, so make sure you do check that out. That link also supports the channel as well, so major thanks for that. So if I don't see you tomorrow, I hope you have a great couple of weeks, end of the summer, and I shall be back with you in September. I will of course be around on Discord, so I'm not leaving the land of the living entirely. So thanks so much, everyone. Look forward to chatting with you all on Discord, and whatever you're doing for the rest of the day, have a good one, and I shall see you all again very soon. I'll leave you this this final replay. Bye bye, everyone.
Too low, terrain. Too low, terrain.
Retard. 10.